Hi, I'm Mike Hughes, and last week we went over trail safety if you're riding alone, how to use your horse as a weapon in self-defense. If some guy ran up to you and tried to grab you off your horse, the different maneuvers you can do with the hips, the shoulders, the side passing, and whatnot with your horse. So today we're going to go over part one on how to do these maneuvers, and how you're going to start with it is I'm going to have my hands on Ranger's hindquarters, and I'm just going to rest my hands there as Laura disengages his hips into me, and as he starts moving, I'm going to move away with him. Now, the reason you want to do that is because there's a lot of horses, when they feel something right there, they don't want to disengage their hips, they don't want to move because they feel something right there, but as he does it, I'm going to move away. I'm not going to put any pressure on him other than the weight of my hands on him. And then as time goes on, I can start putting a little bit more pressure, then finally my whole entire body weight. In these exercises, you're really going to have two people. I mean, you could do it by yourself if you really had to, and we're really not going to go over that just because it's really complicated, and there's just so many different things you'd have to have your horse doing. We all have friends that are in horses, and you can find a friend that's going to help you do these exercises. Yes, you can do them by yourself. We will talk about it later on, but we're going to show you how to do it with two people to begin with because it's just so much easier. So this is going to be part one today. In part one, we're going to go over how to disengage the horse's hips into somebody to knock them away from you. And then the second part of it is we're going to go into having the horse back into somebody. For example, if you're on the ground and you're tying your horse up to a trailer and somebody approaches you, you want to keep them in between you and the horse. How to teach your horse how to back into them. It's going to be the same thing. I'm going to have my hands on Ranger's hindquarters, and as he starts to back up, I'm going to back up with him, but I'm going to leave my hands there. Then pretty soon, after he gets good with that, I put a little bit of weight there and back up with him. Then pretty soon, more weight and back up with him. Then pretty soon I can put my whole entire weight there, and he'll back up, pushing me out of the way like he would with his hindquarters. So that's what we're going to go over today. We're going to start teaching you how to do this. We did release the introduction on YouTube and Facebook, and actually, I will admit, there's a lot more ladies that this has happened to than I ever realized. I didn't know it happened that often, as we're hearing on our comments on Facebook and YouTube, along with Twitter and a couple other social media sites that we posted this on. And we're just hearing about this all over the world, and to a number of people. So it does happen. It doesn't happen, it's not an everyday occurrence, but it does happen frequently, and it's something that you need to be prepared for when you go out on the trails and you're riding alone by yourself. And not that it's ever going to happen to you, but you want to be ready for it, and just in case it does. All right, so we're going to go over part one right now, and then we'll get back to you, and hope you have a great, safe ride out on the trails. Thank you. So here we're going to show how to move the hips into on the other side, and first you can see I'm being really soft with them and eventually put more weight. Then we're going to start teaching the horse how to do the backup. But to see all these full videos in full, join my membership page, as you'll see at the end. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Laura and this is Ranger. We started doing this video series with Mike a couple weeks ago. It's a great series, I think. I think it's important that we women as trail riders can use our horses as safety, because it could be dangerous out there. With the horse that I was on in the first video, he knew how to do everything perfectly. Ranger doesn't. We're teaching him. And I would just like to share with you that Ranger came to me a few years ago with a myriad of problems that I wasn't prepared to fix. I started learning with him. I eventually stumbled onto Mike. One of the things about Ranger is that he gets really disoriented and confused easily, and when he does, he blows up. So this is all a new and improved Ranger. Having Mike put pressure on him while I'm trying to back him into him was quite a feat. So with that being said, follow Mike's videos, watch his stuff. He knows what he's talking about. His training techniques are fabulous, and I hope you enjoy the series.
Okay, so I also wanted to add in, by teaching your horses how to do these maneuvers, use their hips to move somebody away from you, or their hind end, as we did today, Whereas we're going to do in the future, having your horse go over the top of somebody if you needed to get away, if they were attacking you, or how to use the horse's shoulder. You're not teaching your horses any bad habits. You're not teaching your horse how to be disrespectful, because they're only going to do it on cue. They will only do it with your cue on your horse if something like this was to happen. The horse isn't going to think, oh, now I can go over the top of people. They're going to do it only on cue. So I wanted to make that very, 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 very clear in these videos, that your horse is only going to do it on cue. And as you also saw when we were doing this with Ranger just a little while ago, there were times he didn't want to do it. He'd move away from me as I put my hands on his hindquarters or start working for his hindquarters, because that's what he's learned. But now we're teaching him, you can do that. It's all right if it's done on cue by the handler or by the rider. All right, so we want to make that very, very, very clear. You're not teaching your horses any bad habits. You're not teaching them how to disrespect you in any way. This is only to be used if you feel threatened or you're being attacked out on the trails or wherever it may be. And a lot of these maneuvers are also used by the mounted police, who I have trained for in the past, and I still train for today. A variety of different departments I train for, and we teach these horses these maneuvers because, when the police officers have to go into an angry protest or a riot, they're going to be using these maneuvers to keep themselves safe on their horse until they're able to break up the protest or the angry protest or the riot or whatever's going on at that time, even if they're chasing a bad guy on a horse or whatever the case may be. Sometimes they have to use these maneuvers, and they even use more maneuvers than what we're going to show you as the basics on trail safety, using your horse as a weapon in self-defense. All right, so, and along with that, these maneuvers that we're using, disengaging the horse's hips, shoulder control, backing, they're all basic maneuvers that your horses need to know anyways. The only part your horse may not know is how to do it into somebody if that situation would ever come up. All right, so we all pray and hope that you're all safe on the trails and this incident never comes up, but if it does, you'll know what to do and you'll have your horse trained for it. Thank you. So in addition, we want to talk about YouTube versus my membership page. A lot of my videos on YouTube are only 2 or 3 minutes long, where if you join my membership page, every video there is in full length, step-by-step, easy to follow methods. So that's the difference between my the YouTube that I have in my Facebook or my membership site that I have, along with my Facebook page I have. Facebook and YouTube is only a couple minute long videos, where my membership page is step-by-step, easy to follow methods and all the horse training that we have going on, with problem solving, performance, trail safety, building riders' confidence, correcting stall biases, and so much more. And even if you can't join right now, be sure to follow us on our membership page, where when you go to it, you scroll down, it'll say, ask you to put in your email, you put it in, and you will get free tips and you'll get articles. You won't be able to see any full videos until you become a member, but you'll definitely get the tips in the articles, which you will be able to read in full, and you'll get all that kind of stuff. So be sure, if you can't join right now, at least become a follower and follow us, and you'll get the articles and tips. All right, so I hope that all helps, and thank you so much, and have a happy and safe trail rides with your horses. Thank you.